Hi, I'm Andy from Techie-Doodle-Doo, and in this video I'm going to show you some of the workout features on the Amazfit GTS 2 Mini. And I'm also going to show you how the workouts look in the Zepp app. But first, let's find another location. And now we are outside in the wilderness. And this is where I occasionally am active. And when I actually am active, I like to use the workout function in the watch. And I would like to show you some of the history that I've used before, just to show you what kind of information I find interesting. And you just find workout history here. Oh, sorry. Workout history. And here you can see I have done some biking. And here you can see what kind of route I did, where we went, how many kilometers, how much time. That's very interesting. Average speed, it's very fun. Try to beat my original speed. And also the average heart rate. And also, if you swipe to the right, you can see the diagram of the heart rate. You can see here my max was 133, which isn't that bad, I think. And also the speed. The straight line here, you can see I did a pause when we went into the store or something, and then we can see the speed again. So yeah, also the altitude. This is very fun to see when we are hiking, that we can see how steep the path was, both up and when we go down again. And also down here we can see what kind of range the heart rate is in. So we can see here in it defines it as warm-up, fat burning, aerobic, endurance training, and down here anaerobic maximum. I didn't do any of those when we were biking last time. So yeah, that's the nice information from here, I think. So that was one example of one of the workouts I've done and what information you can see on the watch itself. Earlier I've also used the watch to track when I've done hiking, and you saw biking and also running. And now I would like to show you what information you can see from the same workout just in the app for the watch itself on my phone. Okay, so now we are in the Zepp app, and this is the app for Amazfit products. I only have the Amazfit watch, so we only see information from that here. If we go to the activities here, I will find the same workout that we did, and it was this one. And here we can start to see some information about it. So on the top here, we can see what kind of activity we did. It was an outdoor cycling. And we also be greeted here with a map. You see the colors on the line here, and well, green is the slowest speed, and the more red it gets, the faster the speed. So if we then scroll a bit down here, we can see that the total distance was 3.89 kilometers. We can see a workout time, the elevation gain and loss, average heart rate, speed, and the maximum speed. And if we press the detail data, we of course get all the data we see here. So here we have the total distance, the total time, workout time, and the time we were paused. This was the time where we went into the store. Like I said, we can see that it had a flat line on the watch. The average pace, the average speed, and the elevation, and how much calorie I burned according to the watch, and also my heart rates. And if we go back and scroll a bit more down, here we can see Amazfit GTS 2 Mini. And here we have a detailed graph of the speed. If we press the magnifying glass, you can see on the top we have the speed. We can put on heart rate and also altitude. So we can see those things at the same time in this graph. But we will only focus on the speed here. If you see this line, I'm creating just pointing my finger at the screen now. We can see that it jumps very much up and down here. And I think that's the GPS signal not being so great. That's why it only records just these points. I didn't stop completely here and then suddenly went up to 16 kilometers an hour, then stopped again, and then up to 15. I just think that the GPS signal was a bit unstable in that area. And if we go back, we can see the graph of the heart rate. Here we can see my average was 114 and my maximum was 133. And if we press the magnifying glass in the heart rate, we get, the same graph as earlier, only here we see the heart rate. If we want to, we can put in the speed, but the speed will be in the background here. So the main focus will be heart rate and also altitude if you want. And I think in this area between where I point now and the unstable part here is when we had the break. And I think maybe the watch wasn't as tightly fastened to my wrist. So that's why it may be a bit unstable, but I think that is my fault, not the watch's fault. If we go back, scroll some more down, we can see the heart rate zones. And here the naming is a little bit different than on the watch. I can put in a screen cap of what the names on the watch was and what the app says it is. So it's a little bit strange that it isn't the same. Like that here on the top it says VO2 max, and I think in the watch that was anaerobic maximum. So why they don't use the same names there, I'm not sure of. Anyway, we can see what range of heart rate it puts the different points at. So we can see on the light, it's from 94 to 112 beats per minute. And intensive 113 to 131 beats per minute, which was the range I was in. We can see that the maximum was 133, but I guess that was for such a short while that it didn't count it. The next part will be altitude. So this will be in meters above sea level. Yes, the same as the other graphs. You can put in heart rate and speed here, and it will be in the background. As you can see, the colors are a bit dimmer than the main line. Go back. We can see how the gradient was distributed in a pie chart here. We can see some of it was uphill and some of it was downhill, but most of it was flat. About 75% of the time we were biking on a flat surface. And on the bottom here we can see details per kilometer. In the first kilometer my speed was 13.95 kilometers per hour. My heart rate was around 13, and I crossed the 1 kilometer line at 4 minutes and 18 seconds. And the fastest kilometers was kilometer 3, where my speed was 22.09 kilometers per hour. My heart rate was 117 and my time was 11 minutes and 58 seconds. So yeah, that's the details that we can see in the app for this workout. It's really nice that we can see more detailed information about our workouts than only see the details on the watch, because it's harder to see on the little screen and it doesn't stay on that long. So if you really want to analyze, it's not so great. So it's great that we can analyze and compare different workouts on the app itself. Now we have arrived at the end of this video. And if this is the first video you've seen by our channel, Tech-a-Doodle-Doo, then you should know that we make videos about tech stuff, computer stuff, and also outdoor stuff. So if you are into those things, maybe you should consider subscribing and maybe watching some of our other videos.